This is part two reaction video how Mark Cuban turned his first million into $1 billion. Part one was great. Everything was motivational and inspiring. And that's all I want to do is just motivate and inspire people. And that's what Mark Cuban does for me. And I hope that, I get to work with him one day. Let's enjoy and see what else he says.
I was worth $1 billion, and it was the most insane thing that I could ever come to realize. All I had to do was protect it and not get greedy, and I'd be set for the rest of my life. We talked about how I made and saved some money. We don't quite have $1 billion here, but let me tell you how I spent it. I told you I value time. First thing I bought, Gulfstream G5. Now, I didn't just buy it. I'm a tech guy. I go online and I'm like looking up Gulfstream G5, email the guy and I'm like, can I do a test flight? First time I'd ever been on a private plane. Oh, sitting there and I'm thinking, oh shit, this could be my plane. So I stacked up some more and I sent him an email saying, done, $40 million. I'll buy it. Biggest online purchase in the history of the internet still to this day was my buying that Gulfstream G5. Why'd I want a plane? Because the most valuable asset you can never own is your time. And the one thing I can do is save time and get to places, and it was fucking amazing. Second purchase, I paid $285 million for the Dallas Mavericks. I went to an opening night of the 99-2000 season. First game of the year. Wasn't sold out. Energy wasn't in the building. I'm a season ticket holder, a huge Mavs fan. I look around thinking, I can do a better job than this. Then I realized I can put my money where my mouth is. This was early November. By January 4th, I owned the Dallas Mavericks. So when I took over the Mavs, I didn't get a big office. I didn't give a shit about an office. I didn't get a big desk. I didn't give a shit about a big desk. We had a sales bullpen.
Imagine having enough money to buy your own NBA team. That's crazy. That's love, though. I needs that.
Fourth, I owned the Dallas Mavericks. So when I took over the Mavs, I didn't get a big office. I didn't give a shit about an office. I didn't get a big desk. I didn't give a shit about a big desk. We had a sales bullpen. We called it the fishbowl because it was in an open office with all these windows. And we had 8, 9, whatever salesperson. I put my desk right in the middle of them. I put a phone book and a computer printout of all of our former customers. And right there next to them, I just started dialing, trying to sell the Mavericks. Ma'am, I know you've been to a Mavericks game before, but you realize now that it's less expensive to come to a Mavericks game than to take your family to McDonald's? Our tickets start at $8, and McDonald's and a Coke is more than that. Why don't you come and try us out? First game's free on me. I wanted everybody that worked with me to see that if I asked them to do it, I'll do it. Same thing I did with people in the front office, I did with players on the court. We moved into a new arena, American Airlines Center. I wanted them to, when they go to work, feel good about going to work. We put in PlayStations, we put in TV screens. Now to this day, we upgraded it so that we had aroma because different aromas impact you more before a game when you're trying to get hype versus after the game. Light impacts you more. All these things that try to give our players an edge to help us win, but to also help them succeed. If you're running a company and if you can align your interests with those of the people you work with, things are going to work for you. And you know what's really cool about owning a team? It's not so much owning the team. There's little perks. Let's just say that you're down 1. There's 3 seconds to go in the game. Your team takes the shot for the chance to win. The ball's in the air. Everybody is holding their breath. And when that ball goes through the hoop, you see the players go running out and dogpiling on top of each other, screaming and yelling and hugging, and you see this big pile of people. Well, I own the team. I get to run out with them. No one's going to arrest me. It's my team, and that is the most amazing part of owning the team. There's not enough stacks in the universe for what that was worth to me. That was my second big purchase. Third big purchase, I need to set an example here and take the money down because there was a lesson in my third big purchase. So one day, one of my partners from Micro Solutions, Martin Woodall, comes up to me and he goes, There's this amazing house that's about to go into foreclosure. The guy who owned it spent 3 years building it. This is their dream house. He and his wife and his whole family spent $25 million building this house. Only lived there 8 months, and then the stock market crashed, and he had never sold a share of stock. And because of that, he had to get rid of his house. Martin called me and said, "You can buy it right now, but you have to let me know today, yes or no, $12.5 million. I'd never seen the house. I saw some pictures and never been there. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a billionaire. That was my one, why the fuck not purchase. And it's an amazing house. I've raised my 3 kids there, still live there, but the lesson is large. You know, you can't ever take wealth for granted. You can't ever think it's always going to be there. If it's not, you're going to get busted. If you want to be a millionaire, you can do it. But there's a couple things you have to be able to accomplish. Rule number 1, find something you can be good at and then be great at it. Second, you have to know how to sell. Whatever it is you're good at, somebody's going to need that service, someone's going to need that product, whatever it is that you're creating, but you have to be able to sell because you don't want to be in a position where you're dependent on other people. Number 3, be curious and always be learning. Because the one thing that's certain about business is that it changes every single day. And then the 4th thing, when you have that knowledge, when you have that ability to sell, when you know that when you walk into a room, you know your shit better than anybody else in the room, that's when it's time to start a company. Then you can start to control your own destiny. Thanks everybody in GQ land for tuning in to see how I earned, saved, and spent my first million and then turned it into $1 billion. I'm going to see you at the home games. Be there.
Thank you for joining me. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it motivated you. He gave a lot of gems, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. That's what this channel is about, motivating the human spirit and hopefully uniting the human family. Have a blessed day. My name is AKA. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace.